Hello, I wanted to get this on video. This is my new update to my hammock system. I wanted to make it lighter. I wanted to just get rid of all the excess rope and really just have the minimum. I wanted to get it sat better so it was totally waterproof, and I wasn't going to get it running from the rope. And I also wanted it to be warmer without needing to take out a three-season sleeping bag with me. So let's see what I've done. Okay, so I've removed the basher on the one side and sort of draped it over the back of it, just so you can get an idea of what we're actually looking at. Okay, so if we start off at the top, got this material which I bought from Go Outdoors. It's quite tough, probably slightly heavier than I wanted, but it's still light enough to not worry about. That's my makeshift tree. Okay, then coming further down, we can see that we've got this Amstel blue cord, and it is incredible. And that basically means I don't need a carabiner, so I'm using that instead of a carabiner. You can't really see it, but basically, take my word for it, it hooks into place and easy to take off, and it is super strong, and I've got a lot of faith in that. I haven't fell out of it yet. And then we've just got the hammock cord. As you can see, I used a little bit of the hammock cord to tie it to the hammock itself and to a ring, which obviously water runs down there, it's going to drip from here, so I haven't got to worry about that. And with this, it's sort of like a whoopee sling idea. Basically, I can attach it to the I forget what they call that now, soft shackle, and then I can, like a whoopee sling, I can tighten this, and then I can just poke the cord into the knot, and it keeps it there, and it keeps it from actually going anywhere. Absolutely phenomenal. I don't think I invented it. I think I looked at it on YouTube and then basically thought I knew what I was doing, and it may be exactly how you're supposed to do it, or it might be slightly modified in my own special way. Okay, so that's just going to the hammock. Okay, so I had a bit of a problem with the mosquito net. Is it used to hang? There's too much of it. It's like it used to hang in my face, or even sort of come too far down. I've sorted that just by scrunching it up, and a bit of elasticated cord keeps it in place. And what I've also got, I've got another bit of an elasticated cord, and that just hoops onto this bungee ball. And that's the same bungee ball that I've also just hooped the basher onto. So I could just take that basher straight off and it's gone. That's out of the equation. And then to keep that in place and to sort of keep it in shape and in the right place, the bungee ball cord itself just comes down and just clings onto the hammock cord. And then just to give it a bit of height, because if I didn't have this bit of paracord taking it to a higher location on my makeshift tree, it just hangs a bit low, which is okay but not ideal. This just brings it up a bit, and you know, if I had a higher makeshift tree, I could go even higher. So it just takes it away from the face, and it's exactly the same setup the other side, obviously. Okay, so if we take the mosquito net off, you can see my elasticated cord, really nice and tight, but not ridiculously tight. I can hang something off that. I've got a little carabiner which I'll probably hang just a little bag of some description, keep my bottle, my phone in. And as you can see, it's not just a hammock in here, I also have a underquilt which I created from a poncho liner. So all it is a US Army poncho liner, I think they call it a Ruby, and I've cut into it, stuck some elasticated cord round it essentially by cutting into it, and make it nice and tight. You've got these little strings attached to it already. I've tied it in place up here, done exactly the same on the other side, and that is awesome, and that really does work, I slept in it last night from about 4 AM, so I could really get the coldest parts of the night. I don't know what the temperature was, but I was fine to a point. I didn't bother with any sleeping bag or anything like that. What I did was, and which is brilliant, is that this can just, once you're in it, you can literally just pull this over you, and you can keep pulling it, so it ends up with one side lower down, and then this side all the way right over you, and it's brilliant. It's almost like a bivvy inside a hammock, and that kept me warm. And I wasn't even wearing my socks, but I did have a slight problem with there's a cold spot on my lower back. Everything else was absolutely fine, and it does actually hang slightly lower than the hammock, so it's not tight. There is loft, such as it is. There's not a lot of loft in the poncho liner to begin with. So what I did to sort that out is just inside the layers of the hammock there, I cut a I just cut a bit of basically roll mat. You can sort of see it in there, and it's not a lot. It's just enough to go from my, should we say, neck down to my bum. So certainly covers the lower half of my back and more, and that works fantastic. That sorts the problem out. Don't know how comfortable this would be, a nice cold winter's night. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to use a softy trousers and jacket just with that setup, and I think that'll probably sort me for most of the camping I'll do throughout the year. But I'm really happy with that. Really happy. Okay, and just finally, I am now inside the hammock, obviously. Basically, just to go show you with the, well, if we just bring the mosquito net over. There we go, that's the mosquito net thrown over. And if we if I just grab, so I'm just bring my arm out and just grabbing it, and I should just be able to flick, and there we go. So this is it. This is what it looked like inside. I've got a lot of headroom actually. I can come up quite far. Really nice, and as you see, you can see it's not on my face at all. You can see that's what it looks like on the top end. Okay, now then, so poncho liner literally is just like, it's simple as that, and there's loads of it. But what I do is I keep pulling it round. As you can see, it's sort of disappearing round that side, but this gives me so much, and there's nothing stopping me, and I did this morning, is actually just encasing myself completely in it. It's going to get dark now, but just to give you an idea, can't really see anything now, but you can see I'm completely covered in it now, and it's brilliant. It's really warm. Take that off now, a bit too warm. Yeah, really happy. Can't wait to try it out for properly. I'll probably give this another night, a full night's kip in the garden again, just to see what I can get down to. I've got thermal layers I can put on, and I think I'm going to probably activate it. This poncho line is pretty thin, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm probably not going to bother with the sleeping bag with this setup. I think I'll probably just get myself some softy trousers and a softy jacket, and I think that with this poncho liner, which is probably the equivalent of a one-season jungle bag, I would have thought. But the great thing is, when I pack all this away, the whole lot easily fits into we'll say 8 litres worth of a 12-litre dry bag, and it's brilliant, and it's going to save me loads of space. and it'll go nicely on the front of my handlebars. So that's my whole sleep system on the front of my handlebars, leaving the back spare on my seat rack pretty much non-existent. I can have a choice, really, just shove everything that I would take on the back in my rucksack, or everything that's in my rucksack now on the back of the bike. So I'm gonna lose. I've lost. Well, I've gained loads and loads of space, and got rid of loads of non-essentials. I had carabiners and stuff on this, and it was just too much weight. But this is perfect. Okay, thank you very much.